And so domain crawlers are incredibly effective for being able to find domains that are with 100% topical relevancy. That are, so for example, if we were looking for, let me open up Firefox. You guys aren't seeing my full screen though, are you? Let me switch screen view to full screen. Now you should be seeing it. All right, so let's say that right now, who was it? Plumber, George was, I think it was George talking about plumbers in Boston. So let's do this. Let's go into Google, and let's say that I had a Boston plumber that I was working on ranking a site for, or I was building a lead gen site, whatever. And I wanted to get 100% relevant links back to the site, or I could even use this method to buy domains to build sites on. But let's say that there's a couple different things that I would want to do. Instead of just using like SafeLinks like what I've done in the past, I could go to Google and I could type in, let's see, plumber Boston. Okay. Now I could actually go to Yelp. You can go to Yelp too, but I could actually go to every one of these sites here on the first 2 pages if I wanted. I could go further than that if I wanted, and crawl all of these sites and see if any of these sites are linking outbound links from within the site to anywhere that would have a broken link that's available for the domain registration. And because these are all Boston plumber sites here, I could end up buying that domain, and I could either build my plumbing site on it, or I could use it as a link building site to either do a 301 redirect to my Boston plumbing site, or to build a PBN style site that and then link to my money site, right? And it would have a link back from a Boston plumber site already. And so you're essentially buying a link on one of these sites by registering a domain that's available for registration that was linked to from one of these sites. So this is number one. This is one way to do it, right? By crawling the results for the specific keyword that you want to see if there's any free opportunities. Not free, it's going to cost you $10 and some time, but any opportunities to purchase a domain that was linked to from one of these sites that is now available just for the cost of registration. Okay, that's number one way to do it. Now let's talk about another way. We're going to talk about 3 ways. Another way to do it is to look for this. We'll look for plumber directories. Okay, so before with this one, we're looking at, remember, we're looking at specifically, I hate it when those little blue boxes get stuck. We're looking specifically for links that are available that have been linked to from Boston plumbing sites, so that there's topical relevancy as well as geographical relevancy, right? You're getting the best of both worlds. The sites don't have to have crazy good metrics, guys. I'm buying domains now that sometimes only have 3 referring domains as inbound links. I'm buying domains with an inbound link profile of maybe only 3 referring domains. But the trust flow, I always look for 10 plus. Sometimes I get lucky and get into the 20 plus trust flow. But I'm looking for topical relevancy, and I look for the age of the inbound links to the domains that I'm buying. I'm going to give you a dashboard example here in just a minute. But this, under this first type of search, we're talking about topical relevancy as well as location relevancy or geographic relevancy, right? So here's looking at plumber directories, right? So now let's say we can go in here and we can crawl all of these plumber directory sites, and now we can find plumbing, any of these directory sites that have broken plumbing domains that they're linking to. And directory sites are great for that, because that's what are directory sites? Nothing but sites that aggregate other sites, that aggregate URLs, right? So now I can find URLs that are specifically topically relevant. They might not be geographically relevant, but they're topically relevant. Okay, let's take this another step further. There's actually 4 examples that I'm going to show you instead of just 3. Here's another one that we could do. We could look for Boston business directories, or directory is what I'm going to say. Okay, so now we've got, what can we do? We can crawl all of these URLs and see if there's any broken links to, doesn't matter what type of business these links are coming, or you know, what domains we're buying. It could have been here's an example. I'm doing this for one of my client, and the example that I gave to the mastermind members when we had Terry Kyle on last week or 2 weeks ago, was I do provide services, SEO services for a limousine service company, and they wanted to expand into the wine tours industry, and actually want to really build that end of their business out. So we built a subdomain site that specifically targets wine tours in the particular city that they're located in. And I started crawling, just like I mentioned here. I started crawling, first of all, wine tours plus city and collecting URLs. And then I started looking for, I didn't look for wine tour directories. I should have. I haven't done that yet. But I did look for city business directory. And I started pulling URLs that were broken, that were available for registration from business directories. And for example, there was one of them that was an Italian restaurant that the business had shut down, but the domain was only registered by the one person that from that Italian restaurant, and it was like 10 years old, and it had a trust flow of 27. And although the topical relevancy wasn't 100% on, it had the local relevancy because all the inbound links to that domain were from Boston, or in this case Boston, but from that particular city. They were all like local type links that were pointing to that domain from that now defunct Italian restaurant. So although the topical relevancy wasn't there, there was a high trust flow, and they were all geographically relevant inbound links. So I purchased that domain, and I set up a simple Amazon S3 hosted HTML site, put a do follow link, all other links on the site were no followed, to my money site, and I boom got an instant ranking boost out of it. Like and the trust flow on the site went from a 22 to a 27 on my site. Okay, from the site that I'm working on. So again, now we've got, originally we can go to Plumber Boston. In this case, we can get topically relevant and geographically relevant links. Okay, and I'm going to show you one more example here in a minute. Plumber directories, not maybe geographically relevant, but topically relevant, right? Okay, now we can go to Boston Business Directory. Now we can get location or geographic relevancy, not necessarily topical relevancy. But you start combining these together, guys, and you can get a real powerhouse of links that are 100% relevant to what you need. Okay, last method is to go in here and actually take the top ranking. I wouldn't say from like Yelp or any business directories, but let's take example for example Boston Plumber here. He's the first top organic ranking website for Plumber Boston, right? The other thing we could do is we could even look in the maps, right? Let's say we want to go to this website here and open this up. Now we're going to take bostonplumber.com. I'm going to jump over here, and we're going to paste this link in here and check it out and see where we're at. In fact, let me trim this down to just the www version. Okay, now we're going to take a look at this, and now this domain, this is actually pretty insane, guys. Plumber Boston, and this guy is ranked in the first organic position other than a directory, and he's only got 12 referring domains. You guys see that? Isn't that nuts that somebody's ranking organically for Boston Plumber with only 12 referring domains? That's insane to me. So it could be a real old site. I don't know. I'd have to do a full analysis to figure out why it's ranking that well with such little links. But we could go over to here, go to the backlinks section, and we could export the data and export these 12 results into a CSV file, and then go crawl all 12 of those domains, because those domains are linking to the top ranked organic Boston Plumber website, right? And it's only 12 referring domains in this case, but I've done it where there's hundreds or even thousands of domains linking to the top organic. And then you can go crawl those domains and see if you can also get links from those sites just by purchasing broken domains. Does that make sense? And so, like, for example, if we were to see, I know we're almost out of time. I'm going to show you the dashboard here in a minute. By the way, Adam, if you want to drop that link, it's Bluechip Backlinks is what it's called. And I'm going to show the dashboard here just in a minute, but guys, we're almost out of time. But like, if I were to export this data, let me just do this real quick. I'm going to stick this into my downloads file, and I'm going to open this up and show you what you could do. In this case, because it's such a small amount of links, we're not going to see a whole lot here, but if we can come in here and actually sort by the domain trust flow, or we could sort by the source trust flow, and we can so that we can pick out, and in this case, like I said, there's only a handful of URLs because there's only 12 referring domains pointing to this domain. But when you're looking at hundreds or even thousands of referring domains, I just sort by either source trust flow, which is the page that the link is on that's pointing to this money site and this competitor site in this case, or I look for domain trust flow. I usually sort by both and take a look, and what I'll do is I'll grab the top 10 URLs or anything above 20 trust flow, and I'll go send those to the crawler and have them crawl those, and I'll just eliminate the rest. And the other thing you could do is come over here to where you could look at the source topical trust flow. If you want to get only links from stuff that is specifically topically relevant from remember, we're looking at the inbound link profile of the top competitor, right? And so what we want to do is crawl the inbound links, the domains that are linking to this domain, and find out if there's any opportunities to purchase for registration cost only domains that have been linked to from these domains as well. Excuse me, let me find that file again. And so we could sort, we could look at strictly trust flow numbers, or we could look by topical trust flow. And so we can end up filtering out anything that doesn't, like for example, this is home and cooking. Home and cooking might not, well, home could be relevant because it's talking about a plumber. I don't know about so much about cooking, but I'd have to actually go analyze this particular domain specifically and take a look at it and see if it was something that I would want a link from or not. But I could go over here and say, okay, you know what, business, that's probably good. If I went through if there was a more robust inbound link profile, I would be looking for like construction and maintenance type topical trust flow, and I would probably be purchasing any type of domain domain opportunity that was available from a construction and maintenance topical trust flow score. Okay. So, anyways, I just wanted to show you how to do that. Now, this is Bluechip Backlinks. This is the inside, guys. I highly recommend it if you have the money. Look, if you're buying links anyways, why not start building your own assets instead of spending them on link providers? Then that's why I'm cutting out my SAP links, guys, and going towards buying just nothing but my own domains now, because instead of me lining other people's pockets, although it was effective and I'm making profit off of being able to rank those sites and either charging SEO fees or for lead generating leads, I've been spending a high amount of money every month on hundreds of dollars per month on link providers. Whereas now I can go out and spend the same hundreds of dollars, build my own link networks, and I'm only paying $10 or $12 to keep those registered per year, plus nominal hosting fees if I build out PBNs. However, we talked about, and if you guys were interested in Bluechip Backlinks, like I said, I think it's $97 a month. But the amount of money it's going to save you over the long run as you build your own network, link networks, is incredible. Like, if you think about it that way, it's much more effective because you're going to be saving money in the long run. And Terry Kyle's this is by Terry Kyle, and he's he's one of the people in the industry that I have a high level of respect for. So it's a great tool. He's got a ton of training in here. One of the really cool things about it, for example, you guys can see, like, I've been playing with this a lot recently. But let's see. Let's just go in here and look at SEO agency. If we go view this, this will show the results. And what's cool is it will show you the linking page PR. PR is still a metric that's worth looking at when it's available. I don't really make a whole lot of judgment calls on it, but it is still nice to know. I could also sort by majestic trust flow. Usually the www version of a domain has a higher trust flow score than the non-www version. So just so you know that. But if I want to sort, I can sort by, remember, this one was tagged as an SEO agency thing. So, for example, if I was trying to boost my SEO agency website ranking, I could start buying links, buying domains that are available for purchase that are being linked to from other SEO sites or SEO agency sites or SEO blogs, right? And so my point is, I can sort by trust or topic or majestic trust flow over here and look at strictly trust flow numbers. I could look at PR numbers. It shows the citation flow numbers. And what's cool is I can actually go look at where the link is coming from, and this is the domain that's available for purchase. Okay, so I could go look at the page. Now, this one's coming from Bright Hub Engineering. Not sure why that was. Oh, you know what? No, this must have been one of the load cells instead of SEO agencies, because I was looking for some stuff for another client I'm working on. So, but my point is I could go take a look at this page, see where the link is. We already know the trust flow score. If we take a look at this again, let me open that up. It's going to show the trust flow. This one's only showing a 4 right now, so I wonder if maybe this needs to be recrawled. But my point is I could find where that link is on the page, take a look at it. I could look at other metrics of the page if I wanted, and then if I wanted to purchase that domain, I could, or I could take the site that's available, or the domain that's available, and I could go do an analysis on that myself to see what inbound link profile with the topical trust flow score is for it. Let's go take a look at summary. Okay, for whatever reason, maybe this is a different version. You can see as the www version, this is a 15 trust flow. Although what's odd is this is society, religion, and spirituality. Topical trust flow isn't typically what I would want because this was for a industrial product, which is called a load cell. It's a measuring device, like a pressure measuring device or whatever. So structuralcommunication.org doesn't look like something I would want to purchase. Although the trust flow score is high, I'm not sure I'd want to purchase it because this doesn't have the topical relevancy I was looking for. Does that make sense? You guys see what I'm talking about? So I know we got to run, so I'm going to wrap this up. But what's cool about this, guys, is to start a new scan, you just click on this, and you can actually just grab the URLs. So like I said, you can come over here, grab the top 20 here. You can grab the top 20 from here, plumber directories, the top 20 from Boston business directories. You can paste them in here. Let it crawl up to 20,000 pages deep, and then it'll take several hours for that. But once it's done, then you go over to the scan history, and now you've got available URLs to look at over here. Like, yeah, that was load cells. You can come over here and look, and this is showing how many domains are available for purchase after crawling that site. So if I go view this, I can once again come in here and say, okay, look, look at this, trust flow of 19 with a citation flow of 24. This is a co.uk. This could be a domain that's worth buying. I'd actually grab the URL, come over here, paste it in, and guys, this is for the cost of registration, 10 bucks, 12 bucks. Look at this, business, industrial goods and services, business, electronics, and electrical. You better believe that is 100% relevant to what I would be linking to in the load cell industry, which again is a manufacturing measuring equipment. It's an industrial equipment. So this is 100% topically relevant to what I'm looking for. A 19 trust flow, 24 citation flow, only 8 referring domains, but do I care? No, because it's exactly what I need, and I can register that for 10 bucks. Does that make sense? So you can do that for the top, 20 for here, here, and here. Then you can go back and actually do what I said and take the organic and even the maps rankings, reverse engineer those by just going and getting a backlink report out of Majestic, sorting by topical trust flow or trust flow numbers, domain trust flow or source trust flow, and then extracting the URLs that you want to crawl, that you want to get links from those domains, and crawl those, submit those to Bluechip Backlinks, and have them crawl those and find any linking opportunities in there. Go register for 10 or 12 bucks. Boom, you've got yourself another link with the topical relevancy that you're looking for. So we went a little bit over. Hopefully you guys see the value in that. Ben, I can see already where you say I find Project Lazarus an awesome crawler which features, yeah. We actually purchased Lazarus Project and ran it on a server, a dedicated server, for about 3 months. And I can tell you right now, Bluechip Backlinks is a superior tool. I'm not saying anything bad about Project Lazarus, except that you had to install it on a server. I had to have one of my, I had Deddy, my link building guy. He ran it for us. Bluechip Backlinks is so stupid simple that, like, you literally just grab the URLs, you go to start new scan, you paste the URLs in, tell it to crawl however many pages deep you want. I just set it to 20,000, and I hit start scan. I'll come back to it 12 hours later or the next day, and I'll have my scan histories all right here with all the sorting capabilities and everything. It's really easy. And what's also cool about this is, for example, if we go back to this one again, and let's see if let's go to view. What's cool about it is, let's say that I wanted to buy this domain right here. If I go over to archive.org record and I click on that, it's going to bring up the archive.org, the Wayback Machine right here. Let's go take a look at, let's see if we had, I don't know, at 2010 what the archive looks like. I'll check on that. And now this is going to show what the site looked like in 2010. And then what I could do is say, okay, you know what? Yeah, this is what I want. And I could just go over here and click the download button, and it'll tell me where it wants to, where it's gonna zip up these files, the HTML files, and email me the HTML files in a zip file for all the pages on this site that now I can unzip and upload to Amazon S3 or to an HTML or to a regular hosting account, and the site's completely rebuilt. And it's automatically all the links on the site have already been no-followed. So I can go onto the home page of this site now and place a link to my money site with the desirable anchor text that I want. And the entire site has been rebuilt, and it's all done with just a few clicks of a button. And it's like, to me, it's incredible. Like, this is one of the coolest tools ever created. And I've tried a few of them. Lazarus Project is one of them. Another one I was using was Eric Lancheras. He has one called Perfect Links, and I was paying $300 a month to use that tool. And it was really simple, but it didn't have all these features. This one has a hell of a lot more features, and it's a third of the price. I don't know. I paid for 6 months for that other tool for $300 a month. It's a good tool, but I spent $1,800. I could have used this for 18 months for the same price. Does that make sense? So, and there's a ton of training in here too. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's a really, really good tool. So, Jack says, could I get rid of Compass Register then? Yeah, you could, Jack. I would, because if with Compass Register you're trying to buy domains that have either already expired or they're going to auction, and you're looking strictly at metrics, right? But with this, you can find domains that have metrics that have, and again, I just showed you how to find 100% topical relevancy, so that you can build those topical trust flow scores, which is the most important metric in my opinion. And so, again, Bluechip Backlinks is a brilliant tool. It truly is a brilliant tool. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm replacing all of my SafeLink overhead costs with buying out my own domains and building my own link networks now, and it's working like gangbusters. It's working really, really well.